Look, we need to have a serious conversation about 2026. Usually the anime industry gives us 1 or 2 god-tier shows a year and fills the rest with generic isekai. But 2026 is different. It's like every major studio mappa, Wit, Bones, Madhouse, all looked at their calendars and decided to drop their nuclear weapons at the exact same time. I've spent the last week digging through production leaks, looking at the Shonen Jump roadmap, and tracking the unadaptable manga tags on Japanese forums. What I found isn't just a release schedule. It's a total shift in how anime is being made. We are moving away from long-running fillers and into high-budget seasonal masterpieces. Today, I'm breaking down the top 10 most anticipated anime of 2026. This isn't just hype, this is the future of the medium. Let's dive in. Starting at number 10, we have the return of a cyberpunk titan, Ghost in the Shell. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another remake? But wait, this is being handled by Science Saru. If you've seen Devilman Crybaby or Dandadan, you know their style is fluid, psychedelic, and borderline experimental. The original 1995 film was a philosophical tech noir. This new 2026 version? It's looking to be a sensory overload. We're hearing rumors that the soundtrack is going for a modern glitch hop vibe, and the character designs for Motoko Kusanagi are leaning back into the original manga's more expressive, human look rather than the cold cyborg feel. It's a bold move, and for fans of cyberpunk edge runners, this is going to be your next visual addiction. Number 9 is Snowball Earth. For years, people have been saying mecha is a dead genre. Well, Studio KI is about to prove everyone wrong. The story is a gut punch. Our protagonist, Tetsuo, spends nearly a decade in space fighting a galactic war. He finally wins and heads back to Earth, expecting a hero's welcome. Instead, he finds the entire planet is a literal snowball frozen solid, with humanity living in underground anthills. It's Mad Max on ice with giant robots. What makes this anticipated isn't just the action, it's the mystery. Why is the Earth frozen? What happened while he was gone? The trailers show a level of mechanical detail we haven't seen since the 90s OVA era. It's gritty, it's lonely, and it's spectacular. Number 8 is the dark horse of the year, Akane Banashi. If you've been following Shonen Jump, you know this is the manga that the legendary Eiichiro Oda, creator of One Piece, personally recommended. It's about Rakugo traditional Japanese storytelling. I know, on paper, a show about a girl sitting on a cushion telling stories sounds like a skip, but the way they animate the performances, it's like a stand battle. The internal monologues, the way the stage aura expands, the cutthroat politics of the Rakugo world, it's more intense than most shonen fights. It's a story about a daughter trying to get revenge for her father by mastering the very art that ruined him. It's emotional, it's educational, and it's going to be a massive hit for the Seinen Light crowd. Coming in at 7 is Sentenced to be a Hero. This is the edgy pick of 2026, but it has the substance to back it up. Imagine a world where the hero isn't a chosen one, he's a death row inmate. In this society, criminals with high combat potential are sentenced to immortality and forced to fight the Demon Lord's army on the front lines. If they die, they just respawn and have to go back to the meat grinder. It's a dark, cynical look at heroism and sacrifice. The animation by Studio Kogura is leaning into a heavy, high-contrast style that reminds me of Chainsaw Man. If you're tired of power of friendship tropes, this show is going to be your sanctuary. At number 6, we have the chaos that is Marriage Toxin. I like to describe this as John Wick meets The Bachelor. Our lead, Garo, is a legendary assassin from a poison user clan. He's rich, he's lethal, but he has the social skills of a wet paper towel. To save his sister from a forced marriage, he has to find a bride for himself first. He ends up partnering with a professional marriage swindler, and they travel across Japan fighting other elite assassins, while Garo tries to learn how to go on a date. It's a perfect blend of high-budget action and genuinely hilarious awkwardness. The visual effects for the poison techniques are going to be a highlight for 2026. Mark my words. We are in the top 5 now. And at number 5, we have the return of the GOAT, Hiromu Arakawa. Whenever the creator of Full Metal Alchemist writes something, you listen. Demons of the Shadow Realm is her new masterpiece, and Studio Bones is giving it the Brotherhood treatment. It follows Yuru, a boy living in a remote mountain village who discovers that the world is much darker and more technological than he ever imagined. It involves demons, supernatural entities that come in pairs. The world building is airtight, and the mystery of the twins is one of the best-written hooks in modern manga. This isn't just a seasonal hype train. This is a show that will be talked about for the next 10 years. Number 4 is for the big brain viewers. Liar Game. For years, fans have begged for an anime adaptation of this psychological thriller, and Madhouse finally stepped up. This isn't a show about physical strength. It's a show about debt, manipulation, and game theory. The Liar Game is a tournament where you're given 100 million yen and told to steal the other person's money. If you lose, you're in debt for life. The protagonist, Akiyama, is a genius con artist who helps a naive girl survive the game. The psychological warfare here makes Death Note look like child's play. It's cold, it's calculating, and it's going to have you screaming at your screen every single week. Number 3 is the visual masterpiece of the decade, Witch Hat Atelier. The manga by Kamome Shirahama is famous for having some of the most intricate, beautiful art in history. For a long time, people said it was unadaptable because no studio could capture that pen and ink detail. But Bug Films is doing something revolutionary with the art style here. It's a blend of traditional 2D with a parchment texture that makes it look like a moving storybook. It's a story about the ethics of magic and the joy of creation. It's cozy, but it has a hidden darkness that will catch you off guard. This is 2026's Friar and a visual and emotional reset for the entire industry. Number 2. I don't think I need to say much, but I will. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7 Steel Ball Run. This is it, the peak of Hirohiko Araki's writing. A 3,000-mile horse race across 19th century America. We're talking about stand battles on horseback, a hunt for the literal corpse of a saint, and the most complex rivalry in the series between Johnny Joestar and Gyro Zeppeli. David Production took their time with this because animating horses is a nightmare. But the wait is over. This is a total reboot of the JoJo universe, meaning even if you haven't seen parts 1 through 6, you can jump in here. It's cinematic, it's bizarre, and it's going to be a masterclass in storytelling. And finally, at number 1, the cultural phenomenon, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, The Culling Game. Shibuya was the end of the world, but the Culling Game is the new world. MAPPA is reportedly putting more resources into this than any project in their history. We are talking about a battle royale of sorcerers that spans the entirety of Japan. We're going to see Hikari's jackpot, Maki's evolution, and the introduction of some of the most broken techniques in anime history. The Culling Game is controversial among manga readers for its complexity, but as an anime experience, it's going to be the most visually intense thing we have ever seen. 22/6 is officially the year JJK cements its legacy. So, that's the lineup. 10 shows that are going to define the next era of anime. My question for you is, which one are you betting on? Is Witch Hat Atelier going to be the visual GOAT, or is Steel Ball Run finally going to take the throne? Drop your top 3 in the comments. I'll be down there replying to as many as I can. If you enjoyed this deep dive, do me a favor, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm that people actually care about quality anime discussion. And subscribe, because next week, we're doing a 20-minute breakdown of the Culling Game trailer. You don't want to miss it. Stay hyped. I'll see you in the next one.